All right, so we started our module pool programming concept, correct? And we have discussed two things here. Uh, Table control with wizard, then types of screen, and we also saw sub screen, right? Then we have a modal dialog box, right? The third type of screen we have is modal dialog box. So this is a screen which is going to be appear as a pop-up. This also we discussed, a screen which will appear as a pop-up to other screens is called modal dialog box. Modal dialog box, right? So suppose I'm going to do the same here. I will be having here two screens. So screen one, let's say I'm naming it 100. And for this, what I'm going to do, I will take input for employee ID. We will have a push button here, correct? This is the same thing which we have been following. So we'll have a push button. And once I click on this, my second screen, which is model dialog box. So screen 2 here, this is 200. This will be my model dialog box. So this will appear as a pop-up with employee data. With employee data. Correct? So that's what we are going to do here. I will open my Eclipse tool, sorry, SAP logon. And let's see this. So S38 Z module model dialog box. Model dialog box in module pool. We will select the type as model dialog box only, correct? And my package and transport request. So this is my program here, right? Now I will simply take it to SCAT Object Navigator and I will simply create my very first screen, right click, create screen 101. And this is my normal screen. Then I will go for the layout section. Still not working. Okay, no problem. I will open my RDP then. Here we will do the same. Let's see 38 Z module model dialog box. This one CAT. Create a screen. So I'll create my screen here. This will be my normal screen and layout. So on this layout, we will simply have a label. So a label we will have here as employee ID, correct? And here I will pass one text. Then I will have a input field. This input field will be mapped with our table name. So table name hyphen employee ID, tab employee ID. Yes. And I will create one submit button. This should be clear for everyone till this, right?
Yes.
Is it okay for everyone till now? This is a general approach which we have been following. Tell me yes or no,
Yes.
right? So this is my normal screen. I will activate it simply. Then I will create another screen here. So create, let's make it 200. And this is going to be my modal dialog box. This will be modal dialog box, this radio button. Now I'll go for layout here and I will simply display those columns which I want. So my table name, employee tab, get from dictionary, select the columns which we want. Okay. And I will simply keep it. So save and activate. Right? So these two screen. Now I will simply come back to my program and here I am going to write the code. So types my begin of ty employee, employee ID, data element, employee name, data element, department, data element, manager, data element, salary, data element, and currency. So ty employee. Correct. Then we will simply create internal table. So type table of and work area. Yeah, our structure, internal table and work area, right? I will activate it. We also mention the table name when we are talking about module pool programming. It is always better to use the tables. So table name, this much, right? So now I will go for PAI. So this is my screen 100 and I will enable the PAI of it so that we can simply write the logic, master program. And here what we can do, if SciUCom equal to submit, we can simply write the logic, select single, employee ID, name, department, manager, salary, currency. From table name directly into work area where employee ID is equal to the input field. So employee table hyphen employee ID. How many of you are able to understand this particular syntax? Everyone.
Yes.
How many of you are able to understand what does this means? Huh? What does this means?
Like It is we are selecting the employee ID from the uh, uh, table, like in which it is we are selecting a column of employee ID, single column, and then we are like from this ZAR employee tab,
We are
like
test, wait a second. We are selecting a single column or single row. Two things.
single row.
single row.
Okay. Then
Then from this employee tab, and into this like we have to enter the data into this ls employee, like local structure, and where employee ID is return employee ID is just like z employee tab minus employee ID.
minus, this is hyphen.
Yeah, so the hyphen.
Okay. Just if I'm writing this, the same thing, I just want to know what is the difference between these two syntaxes. Table. What's the difference between these two?
Mhm. From
That is
first
a
select option, we are implementing this data into internal table.
Select
Here,
option? Where is select option?
select query.
Okay. See, these two things you need to understand. Work area can store at most one record. So here, if I try to use work area, automatically system will give me a error here. If I'm just going for work area, check the problem. Syntax check. The field, wait a second, employee underscore tab, it will be employee underscore tab. Incorrect nesting. Wait, what's the issue here? Let me just comment this first. Module if SciCom equal to submit and if is there, what's project? Yeah, great. Now just see this. If I will try to store the same thing into work area, can you see this problem? If you are not giving here single word, it simply means you are fetching the columns, all these columns, and inside the table, there is always one possibility that we can have multiple rows, correct? We can
yes.
have multiple rows, and those multiple rows cannot be stored into the work area. But when I'm using the single keyword, I'm fetching a single value so that I can directly store into the work area. So this query is especially for work area only. And when I'm not using the single, we can simply store it in the internal table only. That is the clear difference here. Check this. The programming is not something which you can memorize. It's all about practice and experience. Correct? So go with any one of them. In this case, we can just directly go for this. And now I can simply transfer it to my output. So output is my employee name, employee tab, employee name equal to ls employee name. We will do the mapping for each and every column. So here it will become department, manager, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. So here we can go for
Yes.
department and manager, salary, salary, currency. So we can go for it, currency, currency. Correct? All of them. So we are able to do the mapping. I will activate it. I will activate the entire code. Also, I'll create a transport request, sorry, transaction code for it. So my transaction Z model dialog. So model dialog box, din pro. We will simply copy the program, paste it here and my normal screen and save it. Select all the GUI support and simply save it. So now we can do the activation and let's execute the code. And so execute new window. I will pass the input, submit. So if we put here a breakpoint, so it is getting triggered, correct? We will be getting data into the work area. This data is getting transferred. So it's perfect. But I need to display the model dialog box as a pop-up. So how will I do that? Here you need to follow one syntax. Syntax display model dialog box. So how we will do this? It is used call screen, screen name along with the dimensions. So where it will be starting and where it will be ending. You need to give a dimension here, ending at. So from top and left, you can just give the centimeters according to your choice and accordingly it will adjust. This is what I'm giving. So this is top left corner coordinates. This is bottom right corner coordinates. Let's reduce it to 60, 70, 60, 70. Let's check now. I will activate it. Reactivate and then re-execute. So 101, submit. Is it getting called? Is it getting called? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. Also, now you see we are stuck on this screen because this screen we have not implemented any PBO or PAY. Even if I will click anything, nothing will happen. So we need to also implement this PI so that if any command is given, user can perform accordingly. Here I can just give write if psi or simply write leave to screen 0 so that I can come back to my previous screen. Now if I activate and execute it, so if I check this and if I press enter, it will take me back 102, 103, 104. Correct? That is my model dialog box. is Modal Dialog Box. Is it okay? A screen as a pop-up, or still any confusion in this? Hmm? Is it okay?
Yes.
So the syntax
Yes.
will be this one, which we are going to follow. This thing. And simply paste it. Next here we have is tab strip with wizard. Another interview question. What is tab? So if you recall, if you just go to any section inside your SAP GUI, let's say I'm going to any place here. I'm going to S11. And here if you check, if you simply come here, let's say I'm opening the table or anything, my MAKG table. We see here lots of tabs are there, correct? Everything is a tab here. Can you see this, everyone?
Yes.
Right? Lots of tabs are there automatically. Yeah. So we can also create, so we can also create tabs on our screen, on our screens. Now what actually happens, every tab automatically generates a subscreen automatically. We don't need to do anything. So SAP has given us one wizard, one magician, wizard, can call it tab strip with wizard, using which we can design tabs on the screen. What we can do? We can design tabs on the screen, and every tab, what it does, automatically it generates one subscreen. Correct? Automatically it is going to generate one subscreen. So suppose here, let's take one requirement for us. The requirement is we want to display, let's say, both the employee and project data in two different tabs. So we are going to create one tab here as employee, another as project. Employee. This will display the employee data, and this will display the project data. Are you all getting my point? Two tabs.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So here we will create one main screen. Let's say I'm naming this as 100. This will again take input for employee ID with one submit button. And on this, we are going to design these two tabs. That is my requirement. Very basic one. Let's see this. I will simply go to SE38 and test ABAP program. Not test, it will be tab strip. So tab strip ABAP. So what I can give here, tab strip in module put. So type as module pool. I will simply navigate to SE80 and I'm going to create here screen. So one screen with 100. This is my main screen. And on this screen, I will simply create one label. So this label as employee ID. And one push button here, submit field button here. So wait. Employee underscore tab, right? I can simply have one submit button. So submit. And we can just give a function code with the same name, right? Now, if you check here, you see this one, tab strip with wizard. Select it and simply bring it, create a box. Automatically, the name will start continue. I will give a name here, so Z tab strip continue. Now it is asking for the tab, and this many tab you can simply add on your system. So I will have employee tab. This will be project tab. If you want multiple tabs here, let's say only display tab, continue. Automatically the system is generating subscreen. See this. Automatically system is generating for each tab, it will generate subscreen. So continue, and complete. 3 tabs here. Save it and go back and activate it. Now you can simply create a transaction and check them. So Z transaction tab strict. Here I can give tab strict with wizard. Package program here and all the GUI support. Save it. And now we can check. Can you see them? All these codes automatically system generated. Did we have written any code here? No, everything was generated by the wizard. So if I check, execute, new window, see these tabs, right? Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So accordingly, now we can write our logic, get back to code and follow all our traditional ABAP programming approach. Begin of TY employee. And or what I can do, I can simply go back and use the previous code. Not this one, SE38. Modal dialog box. I will simply bring them, use it here. I will call my item table also. So Z project details. So I will need the structure of item. I will call it types begin of ty underscore project ID data element project ID, project name, correct? Then I can simply create the item table here. So LT project, type table of TY underscore project. And we can have here item work area. Any question here till now? The declaration part? Because we have created two tabs there. One will display employee, another one will display project. So project ID. Is it okay?
Yes.
Is it okay, Kunal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right. So now we can simply go to this subscreen 101. 101 will display the employee data, right? So we need to design this screen part. This one, if you want, you can have it or you can simply delete it. I don't want it here. Here I will simply display my employee data. So table name, employee underscore tab, get from dictionary, and I will select these columns which I am looking for. And keep it here. Save it and activate it. I will also go to 102. Here I will design my, what do I need here? I need to display employee, item data. Item data will have more than one record. So what do we need to design here? Huh? How we display more than one records, guys?
In wizard.
Using table control with wizard, correct? So that's the same box. We will bring it here and continue. Table control, table control. Our internal table is will be item here and work area. LS project, continue. Select the columns, continue, continue. Scrolling we will allow, continue, continue, and complete. This designing is also done. So go back and activate it. Right? Everything seems ready. So I will activate it and now I can test it. So project looks good. Now tell me how we will bring the data, where we will write the logic.
PAI, process of input.
PAI of which one?
First screen, main screen.
PAI of main screen. That is the thing. Because everything is connected with that one. So main screen is 100. Go to the PAI section, this module, enable it. And here we can now simply write if ucom equal to submit. First, I will bring the record from header. So select ID, name, department, manager, salary, currency, from table name and into table LT employee is equal to employee ID. We can use the for all entries also. So if LT employee is not initial, we will bring the data in the item. We will select ID, project ID, and name from project table into table for all entries in LT employee, where the employee ID is equal to LT employee ID. Correct? This will have the data automatically. It will display the table control with wizard. But when we are talking about the employee, oh sorry, I've given comma here. Comma should not be there. Yeah. So this will be mapped automatically with table control, as we have utilized the same internal table. But when we are talking about the employee data, there we need to manually map it. So read a table LT employee into LS employee index 1, and we will check the size of RC equal to 0, and if, and here you can simply map it. So employee tab, employee name, and again we can do the mapping. So I'll just bring the same thing, this one, and paste it. Okay. So now check for the error, nothing. Activate the code, and now check this one. So I click on submit. 105. I click on submit. 105. Display, we have not designed anything, so it is empty. Correct? That is your table control. That is your table control. Any question here? Any question? Any confusion?
No,
Sony?
No, nothing.
Yeah. Manish? Kunal?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please do not sleep in the class. This is for everyone. I know this is early morning. Right. So these are some of the important concept of module full programming. There is one more thing here. Here, one more thing is there. Let me just show you. This is chain and end chain. This is also one of the interview question. If module pool is being asked, there is always one probability that this thing will also be asked. Chain and end chain. Chain and end chain. So we will try to understand this one. How we are going to do this? So please understand the situation here. Suppose this is one program we have, right? Yeah, suppose we have this some program here. Now I am passing something which is not there in the system. Let's say, wait, where is my very first module pool? That will be easier for me to explain. Or let me create one program first. So chain and end chain. Chain and end chain. Chain and end chain in module pool. Module pool. So here I have one screen. Very first, create one screen. Chain and end chain. I will have the same features for employee. Let's say employee ID here. One label. So my table name. And one push button. So submit. Submit. Yeah. We can also give one function code for it. And suppose I'm simply displaying the employee table as usual. Please see what is going to happen. Employee table. Get from dictionary. Selecting the columns. I saved it. Go back. Activate it. I will also bring those structures. So same thing here. Along with this declaration is also needed. So this one. Save it. Create a transaction. The transaction chain and chain. So chain and end chain. Program name. And the GUI support. So activation. We will also implement the PAI so that we can display the data. So PAI master program. And I will simply bring the previous logic which we have used. So this query, here I can simply write if SciUcom equal to submit, and activate it. Right? A general basic program to display the employee data which we created in our very first session. Here, if I am passing one value, it is giving me the result. Now I am saying, what if I am passing wrong input here? Wrong input. System should respond even if I'm passing to wrong input, correct? It should give me an error message that this data do not exist. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
System should respond.
Yes.
So here, if I'm giving one error message, let's say if I'm writing if psi sub rc not equal to 0, I'm saying system should give me one error message. So message employee data do not exist, type error. This is I'm writing here. I activated it and now I'm going to check the same. So I'm writing the same thing, submit button. What has happened here, everyone? What has happened here? Am I getting the message?
Yes.
But what about this one? Everything turned into read mode, correct?
Yes. Freedom.
Everything turned into read mode. So if we try to do the validation for any logic by giving, let's say, one error message, we will see the system is turning all the fields of a screen into read mode. So now even if I try to pass the correct value, I won't be able to do it. Yes or no? I won't be able to do it. Is it correct,
Yes.
everyone? That's the problem here. A application should be user friendly. This is not user friendly. So that's where your chain and end chain comes into picture. What it says, chain and end chain is used to validate a input field. Chain and end chain is used to validate the input field that you are passing. That's the job of a chain and end chain. So you are going to do the validation. And how you will do that? You will simply go to your code, your screen, and here you are going to use chain and end chain. So chain and end chain. Now in between, you are going to simply create module for your input field. So what is the name of this input field? This one, correct? Right?
Yes.
So we will save, go back, and the same name should be passed here. Table name hyphen column name. If you want to implement the chain and chain on multiple fields, you can give the comma and pass their name also. That is also possible. So right now I just want for this input field. So I'll activate it. Now I will create this module. Sorry, there is one problem here. I should give module name. Wait a second. Let me check. There is some issue in this. Not this way. It will be like this way. Sorry. Field name and then module. Yeah, whatever module you want. So let's say I'm giving the name validate input field. This will be the syntax for it. I started with modules. That was a mistake here. So whatever field you want to implement as a validation, you can just give here comma, and you can give other names to them. Let's say other field like employee tab, employee name I'm mentioning here. Just see, suppose I'm mentioning two fields. And for these two, I'm implementing the validation. Now I will activate it. And I will double click to create this module. Yes, yes. So a separate module has been implemented, validate input field. And inside it, now you can simply write your logic. This logic you can simply write, the validation logic you can simply write there. So instead there, we can simply implement it here. So on which fields we have written this logic? This module was created for which thing? It was created for input field ID and name, correct?
Yes.
So now if you go and check how it is behaving, activate it and execute it, pass any wrong input, see the thing. We are getting the error. These things turned into read mode, but still this one is unchangeable. So we can still pass the correct values now, right? Yes or no?
Yes, correct.
So if I remove this part from here, only for ID, and if I recheck it, so now see it. Even if I'm passing wrong value, everything is turning into read mode, but this input field is still in change mode. So I can pass the correct value now and I can get the correct data, right? So that is the job of your chain and end chain. So what is the job of chain and end chain? It is used to validate the input field.